Picture this. You've been studying English for years. You know the grammar rules, the vocabulary lists, the sentence structures. But when it's time to speak, your mouth freezes. The words in your brain feel trapped. They're perfect in your head, but heavy on your tongue. That's the moment you realize something powerful. Fluency doesn't live in your mind. It lives in your mouth. To speak English naturally and confidently, you must stop training your brain like a dictionary and start training your mouth like an instrument. Welcome to a new way of learning, where sound becomes memory and movement becomes meaning. This is the story of how you'll train your mouth, not your mind, to speak English like it belongs to you. Lesson 1. The silent knowledge trap. Most learners get stuck in what I call the silent knowledge trap. You know what to say, but can't say it. Your brain races ahead while your mouth hesitates behind. That's because you've trained only half the system, your memory, not your muscles. Speaking English is a physical act. Your lips, tongue, and breath must move in a new pattern. So from this moment, shift your focus. Don't just learn English. Feel it, shape it, speak it out loud every day. The more your mouth practices, the more your mind relaxes. Lesson 2. Language is movement. Think about how babies learn their first language. They don't study grammar. They mimic sounds. They move their mouths and laugh at the funny shapes their lips make. That's how fluency begins, not with thinking, but with movement. Your mouth needs to remember English like your hands remember writing or your legs remember walking. So, start moving your mouth in English, exaggerate sounds, stretch vowels, play with rhythm. When you move, you learn faster than you think. Lesson 3. The mirror of sound. Stand in front of a mirror and say a simple sentence. I am learning to speak English. Watch your lips, hear your voice, feel your breath. Now repeat it slowly, clearly, with emotion. When you can see your sound, you control it. The mirror is your classroom, your audience, and your coach. Every fluent speaker once stood where you are, practicing alone, shaping sound into confidence. Lesson 4. The rhythm of real speech. English is not spoken word by word. It flows. Listen closely to how native speakers talk. They connect words. I want to go becomes I want to go. Did you eat becomes did ya eat? This rhythm isn't lazy. It's natural. It's music. Train your mouth to follow that rhythm, not textbook pronunciation. Fluency isn't about sounding perfect. It's about sounding alive. Lesson 5. The power of repetition. Repetition is your greatest weapon. Every time you repeat a phrase, your mouth gets stronger. But repetition must have energy. Don't just mumble the same line. Feel it. Say it with joy, then seriousness, then laughter. Each time, your muscles remember more. Your mouth learns rhythm the way a drummer learns beats, through motion and passion. Lesson 6. Reading out loud is gold. If you could only do one thing to improve your fluency, it would be this. Read out loud daily. Take a short story or graded reader and perform it. Don't whisper, speak. When you read out loud, your mouth memorizes movement, your brain connects meaning, and your confidence grows. Reading silently helps your eyes. Reading aloud trains your voice. Lesson 7. Don't chase perfection. Many learners stay quiet because they fear mistakes. But perfection is a myth. Even native speakers mix words. The goal isn't to sound perfect, it's to sound real. Your mistakes are proof that you're practicing. Every stumble, every awkward sound, it's your mouth growing stronger. Train with courage, not fear. Lesson 8. Sound imitation. The art of echoing. Here's a secret used by actors and interpreters. Echo the sound you hear. Listen to a line from a movie or podcast. Pause. Then repeat it exactly as it sounded. Don't focus on meaning. Focus on melody, speed, tone. When you echo real English, you borrow its rhythm. Soon, your mouth learns the accent naturally. No effort, no analysis, just flow. Lesson 9. Emotional English words. Without emotion are flat. If you only memorize, you forget. But if you feel the words, you own them. When you say, "I'm happy," smile. When you say, "I'm tired," lower your tone. Let your face and mouth express what you say. Emotion gives power to pronunciation because your body learns feeling faster than grammar. Lesson 10. Breath, the secret engine. Your mouth is the engine, but breath is the fuel. Without proper breath, your English sounds tight and rushed. Take a deep breath before each line. Let the words ride the air, not fight it. When your breath flows, your voice becomes calm and confident. Every great speaker begins with breath. Lesson 11. The habit of daily speaking. Here's the truth. It's not about studying for hours. It's about consistency. 10 minutes of focused speaking every day beats 2 hours once a week. Fluency grows through routine. Set a small goal, maybe read a page aloud, record yourself, or shadow a dialogue. The key is to train your mouth daily, even when you don't feel ready. Small practice builds giant confidence. Lesson 12. Record and reflect. Your phone can be your best teacher. Record yourself speaking for 1 minute each day. Then listen, not to judge, but to notice. Which sounds feel awkward? Which flow naturally? When you hear yourself, you begin to understand your real voice. Reflection turns practice into progress. Lesson 13. Conversation before grammar. When children learn, they speak first, correct later. Grammar is important, but it should follow speech, not block it. Don't wait until your grammar is perfect to speak. Speak first, then refine. Conversation is where grammar comes alive, not on paper, but on your tongue. Lesson 14. Think less, speak more. Thinking too much is the biggest fluency killer. When you translate every word, your mouth freezes. Instead, train your brain to stay quiet and let your mouth lead. You've already done the learning. Now it's time to trust it. Your mouth knows more than you think, if you let it. Lesson 15. Celebrate every word. Progress is invisible until you celebrate it. Every time you speak English, no matter how small, that's victory. Celebrate your courage to try, to speak, to keep going. Because every word you say in English is proof that you refuse to stay silent. And that, right there, is the heart of fluency. Not perfect speech, but fearless expression. Lesson 16. The mouth memory principle. Your mouth remembers patterns the same way your hands remember how to tie shoes. At first, it feels awkward. Every motion slow, every sound uncertain. But repetition turns effort into instinct. Say each phrase until your lips, tongue, and breath find their rhythm. Fluency is not about memorizing English. It's about feeling it in your mouth. Your body remembers what your brain forgets. Lesson 17. Slow down to speed up. Many learners try to speak fast to sound fluent. But real fluency comes from control, not speed. Slow down. Pronounce clearly. Let your words flow with ease. When you slow down, you give your mouth time to learn each sound correctly. And the more confident you become with slow English, the faster it naturally becomes. Speed is born from comfort, not pressure. Lesson 18. Turn fear into fuel. Every time you hesitate, it's not weakness. It's a signal. Fear means growth is near. You're pushing past the safe zone of silence into the brave zone of sound. Use that fear as fuel. When your heart races, say the line anyway. When your voice shakes, say it again. Confidence isn't the absence of fear. It's the decision to speak through it. Lesson 19. The mirror partner technique. If you don't have someone to talk to, become your own speaking partner. Stand before a mirror and hold a real conversation. Ask yourself questions, answer them, react naturally. Pretend you're talking to a friend. Smile, laugh, pause, breathe. You'll be amazed at how your voice grows stronger, how your mouth learns to flow naturally. You are your best classroom. Lesson 20. Building real life. English fluency isn't learned from textbooks. It's built from life. Talk about your breakfast, your job, your family, your dreams, in English. When you use language to describe your world, your words carry power. This kind of practice is emotional, real, unforgettable. Train your mouth to talk about your life, and English will start to live inside you. Lesson 21. The music of connection. English has rhythm. Each sentence is like a short song. When you speak, your mouth dances to its melody. Listen for the highs and lows, the pauses and stretches. Try reading a simple line like, "I really like it here," and feel the rise and fall. This is how English breathes, through rhythm. Your mouth becomes fluent when it learns to sing the language. Lesson 22. The shadow talk exercise. Shadow talk means following a native speaker's voice in real time. Pick a short video or podcast. Play a line and repeat right after it, matching tone, speed, and energy. Don't pause the video. Stay with it. At first, it feels impossible, but soon your mouth will start keeping up. Shadowing builds instant reaction. It trains your mouth to think in motion. Lesson 23. Sound before spelling. English spelling is unpredictable, but sound is honest. Stop letting spelling control how you speak. Focus on how a word feels when said correctly. Your mouth will start trusting sound over sight, rhythm over letters. This is how native speakers learn naturally, through sound first, writing later. Train your mouth to lead, and your spelling will follow. Lesson 24. Celebrate the sounds you struggle with. Some sounds fight you. The th, r, v, or w. Don't avoid them. Chase them. They're not your enemies. They're your teachers. Each sound you master gives your mouth a new shape, a new movement. So instead of saying, "I can't say this," say, "I'm training my mouth to move this way." That's how champions think, not about what's hard, but about what's possible. Lesson 25. The power of acting. Acting isn't pretending, it's expressing. When you perform English, your mouth learns faster because emotion gives memory. Take a story or a dialogue and act it out. Use your hands, your face, your tone. The more dramatic you are, the more fluent you become. Actors don't memorize words. They become the words. That's what you're training for. Lesson 26. The morning mouth warm-up. Just like athletes stretch before practice, speakers should warm up their mouths each morning. Say tongue twisters slowly. Red leather, yellow leather. Unique New York. Read one paragraph from your graded reader with energy. Your mouth wakes up, your voice clears, your brain follows. Morning training sets your rhythm for the day. You speak better because your body is ready. Lesson 27. Turning listening into speaking. Every time you listen to English, turn it into speaking practice. After a podcast or video, pause and summarize aloud. Don't write it down. Say it. Even if your version isn't perfect, your mouth learns to turn ideas into sound. Listening fills the tank. Speaking burns the fuel. Both together create the engine of fluency. Lesson 28. From words to flow. At first, every English word feels separate. But fluency begins when words flow together like water. Practice connecting them. Look at it becomes look at it. Talk about it becomes talk about it. This linking is how English lives in real conversation. Your mouth must move smoothly, not stop between words. Train for flow. That's what makes English sound natural. Lesson 29. The voice of confidence. Confidence is not volume. It's presence. You don't have to shout to be heard. You just have to mean what you say. When you speak, imagine your voice coming from your chest, not just your throat. Let it vibrate. Let it carry calm strength. People listen not to loud voices, but to sure ones. Train your mouth to speak with purpose, not panic. Lesson 30. Small wins, big change. Fluency doesn't arrive suddenly. It grows in moments. The first time you introduce yourself easily. The first time someone understands you perfectly. The first time you hold a real conversation. Those small wins are gold. Each one means your mouth has learned something new. Don't wait for one big victory. Celebrate the quiet ones. They're the foundation of your voice. Lesson 31. The courage to sound imperfect. The fear of sounding wrong keeps so many voices silent. But remember this. Perfection never taught anyone a language. Practice did. Every accent, every mistake, every awkward pause is proof that you're in motion. Fluency isn't about flawless grammar. It's about fearless expression. The courage to speak badly is the doorway to speaking beautifully. When your mouth dares to move, your English dares to grow. Lesson 32. Build emotional vocabulary. Words carry emotion, and emotion makes English come alive. Don't just say, I'm happy. Say, I'm thrilled, I'm relieved, I'm over the moon. Your mouth learns to stretch through emotion. When you connect words with feelings, your memory strengthens. Emotion gives language energy, and energy gives language life. Your fluency rises on waves of feeling, not lists of words. Lesson 33. The breath connection. Breath is your first teacher. Every fluent speaker breathes with rhythm, not rush. Before speaking, inhale through your nose, feel the air in your chest, then speak on the exhale. When you control your breath, your words glide easily. Train your mouth and lungs together. One provides the air, the other gives it shape. English is not just spoken, it's breathed. Lesson 34. From echo to original imitation is how you begin. Expression is how you arrive. At first, you repeat other sounds, teachers, videos, podcasts. That's good. But over time, let your own tone appear. Your natural voice carries your story. When your mouth learns from others but grows into itself, that's when English becomes yours. Lesson 35. Create your speaking space. Find a small corner, your room, your porch, your walk to work, and make it your English zone. In that space, no judgment exists. It's where your mouth gets stronger. Play English music, read out loud, or talk to yourself. A personal space for practice builds consistency. It's not about how long you train, but how regularly your mouth moves. Lesson 36. Rhythm over rules. English is full of exceptions, but rhythm never lies. Native speakers follow the beat more than the grammar. Listen for it. I'm GOing to the STORE. Hear the rise and fall. That's what makes speech natural. Train your mouth for rhythm, not rigidity. When you move with the beat, you'll sound fluent even in simple sentences. Lesson 37. Turning mistakes into momentum. When a child falls, they don't quit walking. They learn balance. Your mistakes in English are that same process. Record your speech, listen back, and smile at the errors. Each mistake shows progress. Proof that you're active, not afraid. Your mouth learns more from wrong sounds than from silence. So every time you stumble, thank your tongue. It's learning how to dance. Lesson 38. Storytelling practice. Stories connect memory, emotion, and sound. The perfect trio for fluency. Choose a simple story, maybe your childhood, your favorite day, or a movie you love. Tell it aloud. Use gestures, tone, and energy. When you tell a story, your mouth learns to think while moving. That's how you go from words to flow, from speaking English to living it. Lesson 39. The shadow of silence. Sometimes the best training happens in quiet. Before you speak, listen deeply. Notice how native speakers pause, laugh, breathe. Silence teaches rhythm. Silence builds patience. When your mouth rests, your ears learn. Then, when you speak again, your timing sharpens. Fluency is not constant noise. It's balance between sound and silence. Lesson 40. Emotional rehearsal. Before an important conversation, a class, a meeting, a call, rehearse emotionally. Imagine the scene. See the faces. Feel your voice calm and confident. Your mind follows emotion, and your mouth follows the mind. When you rehearse emotionally, your body becomes familiar with success. You'll walk into real moments already trained to win them. Lesson 41. The mouth is a muscle. Every muscle grows through repetition and rest. So does your mouth. If you train it daily with gentle persistence, 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, it becomes flexible, strong, automatic. But also rest it. Drink water, relax your jaw. Too much pressure stiffens the voice. Balance builds fluency. Train like an athlete. Speak like an artist. Lesson 42. Feel the words. Don't just say them. When you say beautiful, let it feel beautiful. When you say strong, feel power in your chest. Your mouth responds to emotion, not just logic. If you connect feeling to sound, your pronunciation deepens naturally. Speaking English becomes more than repeating sounds. It becomes expressing truth. Lesson 43. The real audience. Even if you're practicing alone, imagine your listener. Picture their eyes, their reaction, their smile. Speaking is always connection, not performance. When your mouth moves for someone, even imaginary, your tone becomes natural. You stop sounding robotic and start sounding alive. Lesson 44. Morning English, evening reflection. Start each morning by speaking English, even just one paragraph from your graded reader. At night, reflect aloud. What did I learn today? Morning creates energy. Evenings builds reflection. Together, they form a loop, learning and living. Your mouth grows through daily rhythm, just like your body through breath. Lesson 45. The infinite loop of growth. Fluency has no finish line. Even native speakers keep adjusting, learning, refining. That's what makes language beautiful. It's alive. So don't look for an end. Look for expansion. Every word you speak adds to your story. Your mouth keeps learning because your journey never truly stops. Lesson 46. The energy of intention. Every sentence carries energy. Before you speak, set your intention. Ask yourself, what do I want this sentence to do? Do you want to connect, inspire, explain, comfort? Your mouth shapes differently when it carries purpose. English spoken with intention feels alive, not like words, but like meaning turned into sound. Lesson 47. The power of everyday English. Don't wait for big moments to practice. Speak English in the ordinary, while cooking, cleaning, driving, walking. Talk to your pet. Describe the weather. Narrate your day. Every small moment is a lesson waiting to happen. When English becomes part of your daily rhythm, it stops feeling like a subject. It becomes your lifestyle. Lesson 48. Mouth over mind. Sometimes your brain freezes, searching for perfect grammar. In those moments, let your mouth lead. Let your mouth lead. Say what you can, not what you can't. Your body knows more than your thoughts when you trust it. Speaking first, correcting later, builds natural fluency faster than hesitation ever will. Let your mouth think for you. Lesson 49. The echo of emotion. When someone speaks to you in English, don't just listen to their words. Feel their emotion. Echo it when you reply. If they sound excited, lift your tone. If they sound calm, match their pace. This emotional echo builds instant connection. Fluency is not about correctness, it's about response. Your mouth becomes fluent when it learns to mirror feeling. Lesson 50. Learning through laughter. Laughter trains your voice more than lectures ever can. Watch comedy clips. Mimic their timing. Repeat funny lines. Humor opens your mouth naturally. Your tongue relaxes. Your breath flows. Your body forgets fear. When you laugh in English, you're not studying, you're living. And life is the best classroom. Lesson 51. Record, replay, reflect. Your own voice is your best teacher. Record yourself reading, answering questions, or telling stories. Listen back, not to criticize, but to notice growth. Every playback shows progress your brain might miss. When you hear yourself improving, your confidence multiplies. Your voice is both student and teacher. Lesson 52. Learn the pause. Fluency is not non-stop talking. It's knowing when to breathe. Pauses create clarity and power. They show confidence, not weakness. When you pause, you give your listener time to hear and yourself time to think. Train your mouth to rest between thoughts. That's how fluent speakers sound natural. Silence can be as strong as sound. Lesson 53. Speak with your whole body. Your mouth may form words, but your body supports them. Stand tall, open your chest, relax your shoulders. Posture gives your voice strength. Confidence starts from the body before it reaches the mouth. Every muscle matters when you speak, from your breath to your smile. Train your whole self to speak English, not just your lips. Lesson 54. The emotional mirror. Every language has a mirror, and English reflects feelings vividly. When you speak, imagine your listener seeing your heart through your eyes. Your mouth delivers words, but your emotion delivers truth. Even simple sentences gain beauty when spoken with sincerity. That's the real secret to sounding natural. Authenticity. Lesson 55. Learn to play with language. Experiment with sounds. Mimic accents. Invent silly dialogues. Play breaks fear. It lets your mouth explore new territory. The more playful your practice, the faster your fluency. Language isn't just for classrooms. It's for curiosity. When you play with English, your mouth stops being afraid of mistakes and starts having fun with discovery. Lesson 56. The gratitude practice. Before you start speaking, practice each day. Whisper one sentence of gratitude in English. I'm grateful for my voice. I'm grateful for the chance to learn. I'm grateful for today. Gratitude relaxes your body, focuses your mind, and opens your heart. A grateful mouth speaks with calm confidence. Lesson 57. The connection between reading and speaking. Read out loud every day. Choose stories that move you, graded readers, poems, articles. As you read, your mouth learns rhythm and structure naturally. Don't rush. Savor each sound. Reading aloud isn't just practice, it's performance for your own growth. Each page strengthens your voice and your flow. Lesson 58. The magic of repetition. Repetition is the mother of mastery. Say the same sentences again and again, not mechanically, but musically. Every repetition smooths the edges, deepens the sound, and frees your mouth. Fluency grows in the quiet repetition no one sees. You're not stuck repeating. You're building strength. Lesson 59. The why that keeps you speaking. There will be days you won't want to practice. Days when words feel heavy and motivation fades. That's when your why matters most. Why are you learning English? For freedom, connection, opportunity? Say your reason aloud when you're tired. Your mouth will remember why it moves. Purpose gives endurance. Lesson 60. From student to speaker. You are not just a learner anymore. You are a speaker in training. Shift your mindset from "I'm learning English" to "I'm using English." Each word you say confirms your identity as a communicator. When you act like a speaker, your mouth behaves like one. That's how confidence begins. Not when you finish learning, but when you start speaking. Lesson 61. Your voice, your signature. Every person has a sound. Yours is unique. Don't try to erase your accent. Shape it with clarity. Your sound tells your story. People don't connect to perfection. They connect to authenticity. Let your English carry the music of where you come from. That's your power, not your problem. Lesson 62. The power of daily immersion. Immerse yourself in English every day. Not just by studying, but by surrounding yourself with it. Change your phone language. Think aloud in English. The more your environment speaks English, the less your mind resists it. Your mouth learns faster when it hears the rhythm of life in English all around you. Immersion makes English your second nature. Lesson 63. Silence the inner critic. That voice in your head saying, "You sound weird," or "You'll make a mistake." It's not truth. It's fear pretending to protect you. Thank it, then ignore it. Speak anyway. Every time you silence that critic by taking action, your confidence grows louder than your doubt. Your mouth is meant to express, not apologize. Lesson 64. The endless circle of practice. Fluency is not a destination, it's a circle. You listen, you speak, you fail, you improve, you repeat. And each loop brings you higher. When you train your mouth daily, no matter how little, you're adding another ring to that circle. You don't stop because there's no finish line. Only evolution. Lesson 65. The unshakable voice. Your mouth has learned courage. Your voice has found rhythm. Your English now carries emotion, purpose, and truth. But remember, the journey never ends. The real goal isn't speaking perfectly, it's speaking freely. And you've already begun. You've trained your mouth to move before your fear, to sing before your mind interrupts. That's freedom. That's fluency. That's you. Inspiring closing. The call to speak. Take a deep breath. Feel the strength in your jaw, the warmth in your chest, the energy waiting behind your lips. Now, speak. Not perfectly, not nervously, just honestly. Because your voice matters. Because every sound you make in English is a victory over silence. You are no longer just a learner. You are a storyteller, a communicator, a bridge between worlds. Train your mouth every day, with joy, with patience, with power. And one day soon, you'll realize something incredible. You're not training your mouth anymore. You're simply speaking, freely and beautifully. That's the moment you've been building toward. And when that day comes, don't whisper your words. Speak them to the world, clear, strong, and proud. Because the world is waiting to hear your story in your voice.